Approved.
Motion to adopt.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Item number 1, new business is approval of professional services agreement with Duncan Coker Associates for the Jack Warner Parkway, Alabama 297 intersection improvements. The project total is $272,443. Bill, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, yes, sir. So for a professional services agreement with Duncan Coker, this is for the intersection we're describing here, Jack Warner Parkway and Alabama 297. This is what leads onto the Bryant Bridge. By way of orientation, so from City Hall to the project location up to the right there, about 5 miles to the due east. The situation that we're dealing with here, volumes flowing through the intersection during peak morning and afternoon hours are just overwhelming some of the available dedicated turn lanes, and it creates congestion and unnecessary delays. The objective here is to improve the traffic flow through the intersection by providing some dedicated turn lanes and expanding an acceleration lane, as well as just introducing some separation and organization that'll make the intersection flow more efficiently. So a bit of an eye chart here. I apologize for some of the font, but the intention here and what we're showing to the bottom center and to the left of the graphic, it's a dedicated turn lane. There's one that exists there currently, but we'll essentially double the length of that. That adds more stacking capacity, get the people that are looking to turn left out of the way that are looking to not turn left and carry through, and allow the traffic to flow through eastbound more efficiently. And then just above that on the westbound side, adding a dedicated acceleration lane coming off the Bryant Bridge, so that right now, coming off the bridge, you almost come to a dead stop as you look back to the traffic coming to, heading from behind you, to make sure you're not going to be running into anybody. So we'll be adding a dedicated acceleration lane there. And then on the right side of the graphic, extending some of the separation on the on-ramp that goes onto the Bryant Bridge. Right now, you have an unnecessary merge, and then it opens back up to 2 lanes, so no reason to force that congestion. We can open that back up, as well as a couple of dedicated turn lanes coming off the Bryant Bridge and heading eastbound. And so as I said, all this intended to improve efficiency through the intersection, and the budget for this is available at the general fund, RFFI, which was approved in last year's budget cycle.
What's the anticipated timeline, Bill?
It'd be about a year of design, sir. Design and permitting, sorry.
Design and permitting,
Yes, sir.
and then the improvements, 6 months.
Yes, sir. I think so.
And do we know where the actual road money is coming from as opposed to the design money?
There is some additional funding still available in the budget, but we'll have to come through the design to see the final estimated cost, see if that'll be enough to cover it.
Yes.
Other questions, committee members?
Motion.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 2 is approval of a professional services agreement with John Galloway for annual bridge inspections, total of $72,400. Zach, welcome.
Good afternoon, Council.
Good afternoon.
So this is the typical bridge inspection contract that usually comes from Public Works. It's now under OCE.
He's not on his
So
hands.
we'll be taking it over now. This project will inspect 17 bridges that are due for this year. He'll inspect them, submit all the paperwork that goes to ILDOT. So
Questions?
How many bridges do we have?
it's 46 and a couple, and I know at least one of those is a pedestrian bridge. So
Yeah, I think that's later on this agenda.
Is that the John?
Uh,
Is that the John Fell pedestrian bridge? Trying to remember.
Zach, why these 17? Why are
Is he
these batched together for this contract?
So they get inspected every 2 years, and some of them, depending on condition, have to do every year. So it's 15 of them are on the every 2 year cycle, and 2 of them are on the every year cycle right now. So they're sent by ILDOT, as these are the ones that have to be inspected this year. They maintain it in a system that we submit all our paperwork to.
And is John, who was it?
Galloway.
Is that a company or is that a person?
He's a person, he's a consultant bridge inspector. He's who's always done the bridge inspections for us.
And if the other 46 are any of those our responsibility as well?
Yes, all 46 would be
All
ours. That we
46 are
inspect.
City of Tuscaloosa responsibility.
Yes, sir.
And how's the price compare with what we normally do?
It's a little more, I think, that it has been in the past, but they recently changed at the beginning of this year. They actually changed the criteria and made the inspections a little more in depth, so he has more work he has to do during the inspections.
And for you or Ms. Standridge, is this a normal account that we always fund and just draw down from?
Well, it's an annual contract, so it's always funded out of outside services, and they just utilize the contract until the end of the year.
Okay, I'm good.
Cassius? You good?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Failgood to inspect it?
Yeah. That's good. It's a brick.
All right, got a motion, and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 2 is quickly approved. Item number 3 is approval of a minor public works contract with Dixie Painting and Sandblasting for tank washing and painting. The total is $81,301. Mr. Gurney, welcome back.
Thank you. So this is for tank washing at 29th Street and West End tanks and some touch-up painting. Dixie Sandblasting is the same contractor who recently rehabbed our Mercedes tank. This is paid for out of an operation fund under Water Sewer Special Projects, Water Tanks Pressure Washing line item. Any questions? Should take 60 days once we get under contract.
Questions?
How do they do that now? We get 2 men up with rappelling ropes and going down painting?
Using drones?
We're running drones up there to spray them?
These aren't using drones, I know that. This is more labor, because the campus one that we did recently used drones and we went and saw that one. These are taller, so I know they're not using drones. Do you know any detail on that?
So it depends on the location of where the tank is. If we can use water like the university, the tank at the university was more open area, so we can use water and not have to tint the tank and do things like that. If they're more residential areas, then we have to do more protective measures while we're doing it, so they'll tint the tank and then, or put a canopy on it sometimes.
Oh, they tint it?
Yeah, like they put a canopy over for overspray or things like that. And then also depending on the shape of the tank, like the university tank is just vertical with a bowl at the top, where if they have legs, it's a little more labor intensive with that, so you don't use the drones as much on those as well either. Or we haven't, now, other people might, we haven't.
Cool.
So,
See,
I'm good.
this is very educational in the projects committee.
The drone
Correct.
thing was cool.
All right, any other questions?
Motion.
Second.
I got a motion, and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 3 is approved. Item number 4 is approval of professional services agreement with Itron for cellular service and maintenance of the AMI meter system, total not to exceed $102,000. Mr. Gurney?
Sir. So this is an annual agreement for Itron to provide hardware and maintenance services for our AMI system. So specifically, this includes hardware maintenance. So we have a communication infrastructure network of radio towers, collectors, repeaters, that transmits the AMI data. So this includes maintenance of those systems, a hosting agreement. So Itron has the right properly certified and secured servers to host the data associated with the AMI meter system. And then it also includes the software subscription and support for that software. So the Temetra software, which is the software interface used to organize the AMI meter data, this is the subscription for all of that. Any questions? It's paid for out of an operations budget for meters outside services.
Dumb it down just a notch.
This
What
is
does
this
do?
is our subscription fee for our AMI system.
Subscription fee for
Yeah.
the automated meter.
Yeah.
Is that the whole, all of it?
Yes, sir.
$102,000 a year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the money's budgeted where?
And meters outside services
Okay.
operations.
Good.
Yes. Before we vote, you know, we talk about a lot of things in here that sometimes real life doesn't hit very, very much to me, but we just replaced meters at my office. We had a problem with some meters, okay? We've got it on this new system. I got a letter today in the mail that said we needed to check some things because our water usage is going on constantly. And I was scratching my head thinking, what in the world could that be? Well, it was true, which would save waste, but it also saved the company a lot of money, right? You know, because I got a
Right.
letter basically telling me that it looked like something was leaking. And appreciate that.
Yeah, that's one of the, that's one
That
of
was
the
pretty
good,
wild
the
to me
benefits
today.
of
That
this.
happened. I got a letter today about that, so
Yeah.
that's a side note for those at home. No one probably cares with me, but I think that's a
I think that's
shout out to
wonderful.
y'all. That's a
I just
shout
think
out to
that's
y'all.
Wonderful.
I think it was great
I really do. I think it is.
because it saves,
You know, when a constituent calls us,
absolutely.
it's probably already been checked.
And
That's a good segue to our next
I
item.
just wanted to thank you. See, I mean, we try to make this where it's informational and people can learn, okay, including council folks. So we're happy about that.
And
What
the
item
next
are we
one,
on
you're
for?
gonna dumb down 2 notches.
Yeah, all right,
Two
so
notches.
have I got a motion and a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm sure there's some great comments going on right now with what I just said on Facebook, so I appreciate that. Item number 5, we've got approval of professional services agreement with United Systems Software for Phase 2B of the AMI water meter conversion. The total is $2,643,802.80. Right.
So in short, this is the remainder of the small meter conversions for all our meter systems. So our meter, we roughly have 55,000 meters. 50,000 of those, 90% is small meters, 1 inch or smaller. And so right now we're under contract with Phase 2A. We expect Phase 2A to wrap up around Thanksgiving of this year. The installer USS will seamlessly go into Phase 2B, which is this contract, and we expect them to be done with Phase 2B the end of next year, early 27. Phase 2B is 26,000 meters. This is funded with 2025 B bond.
How many, when Phase 2A is done, how many meters will we have completed? We'll be almost halfway there.
We will be halfway there. So
Halfway
we
there.
have, there was a Phase 1, which was prior to this. It was roughly 5,000 meters. Phase 2A is 19,000, so that'll be total 24,000, so we'd be roughly halfway.
That's good. Questions?
It's a good explanation. Motion.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item
Thank
5 is approved. Item number 6, approval of a balancing change order number 1 with Amison and Associates for construction of the downtown Y pickleball courts, a deductive total $27,516.28. Tim, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So yes, sir, this is to close out our project with Amison Associates for the YMCA pickleball project. The deductive total brings our total investment for the construction portion of the project to just over $500,000 to $500,342.
So the total, when dust settles, about $500,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I withdraw part of my rant back at the $750,000 mark.
Do you withdraw your rant permanently?
No, I
Or
just
just for
I
the
just
dust?
withdraw the $250,000.
Oh, the quarter.
Partially.
You can
Good.
save that
And,
for finance.
They're up and working. I played. I got beat by a pregnant woman the other day. a substantially pregnant woman. Good. Motion.
I don't even know what to say. Okay.
Nothing. Bob.
Motion, got a second?
Yeah.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 6 is approved. Item number 7 is approval of a minor public works contract with War Construction for refurbishing the monument sign in Annette Shelby Park. The total is $21,867. Tim?
Yes, sir. So this is the work that we discussed in projects a few weeks ago. This is to revitalize the Annette Shelby Park signage. It involves replacing the precast panel, installing new dimensional lettering, and then pressure washing the sign itself.
if that car that blew through the fence, flipped 3 times and rolled, had just gone a little to the right,
Fortunately-
maybe insurance could have done that for us.
Oh, well, I guess unfortunately, it did not take out the sign for us.
When do we expect it to be done?
So I think we can be finished by the end of October at the latest.
Okay. Where are we getting, most of this cost is for the actual physical lettering?
Correct. So the precast paneling is being done by Browning Masonry, and the dimensional lettering is being done by Knight Sign. The dimensional lettering has the longest lead time. Those are cast and as ordered. So that's going to be the longest lead time. Installing the products themselves is not going to take very long at all once everything arrives.
Okay. Motion.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 7 is approved. Item number 8 is approval of amendment number 1 to the minor public works contract with Olympia Sprinkler installation for the FY 2025 fire suppression and I can't even read. Backflow prevention, increasing compensation by $28,000 for a total not to exceed $61,260. Can you make sense of this, please, Tim?
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. So the initial contract was for annual inspections as well as 5-year inspections. The amount that we are adding is to cover all of the maintenance costs for the fiscal year. This is work that was done on an as-needed basis. You know, this equipment always has to be addressed immediately when we have a failure or an issue of some kind. So this is to address all of the repairs that were done, the $28,000 worth for all of the fiscal year.
Questions?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Item
Aye.
number 9 is approved. Item number 10 is approval to enter, approval of amendment number 1 to the minor public works contract with PCI Technologies for fire alarm maintenance and inspection, increasing compensation by $16,500 for a total not to exceed $25,970. Tim?
Yes, sir. And similar to the previous, the initial contract was to cover all of the annual inspections of the fire alarm systems. We are doing 2 things with these additional dollars. One, at the recommendation of OCA, we are including fire alarm monitoring within the contract, which is something we did not do previously. PCI Technologies monitors a large portion of our fire alarm systems, so we're including that monitoring service into this not to exceed. That is roughly $7,300 of these additional dollars, and then $9,200 are for repairs that were done throughout the year to fire alarm systems.
Questions?
So did OCA volunteer for that portion
Well,
come from their budget?
no, sir, they did not. I'm not going to ask for that. But they recommend, this was something we were already funding. We just did not capture that amount within our not to exceed.
Why not?
You know, that's a good question. We have not done this, I guess, historically. We have made some adjustments to who does our monitoring. We've kind of aligned that based on the type of fire alarm system. That eases any adjustments to programming that happens. So we've aligned that with the company that does the monitoring, who also services the system. And so I guess historically we just, for whatever reason, did not have a contract for those monitoring services, and we're making a change now. Sir?
How was it getting paid?
It was just being funded out of our outside services line item.
Okay. Have we got that aligned going forward, so it's in there?
Yes, sir. We will ensure that that's done the same way.
So it wasn't that
Here on
OCA
out.
came up with a new bright idea, it was, we'd been doing it, just had not capturing it in the
In a
not to
contract.
exceed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, motion.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 9 is approved. Item number 10, approval to enter into a minor public works contract with Bagby Elevator to furnish and install security access control to 5 elevators with a total of $7670. Tim?
Yes, sir. So to clarify, we are already doing work for access control on these 5 elevators. We brought that to Projects Committee a couple of months ago. This portion is for Bagby. They have to upgrade a couple of elevators in the 5 that are getting access control. They have to upgrade a couple of those elevators with new circuit boards. And so this is for that equipment as well as their assistance in hooking up to the controller itself.
Access control, does that mean you have to have a badge to go up or down,
Well, so
or to go to certain floors, or?
certain floors, correct. So, we did have a separate contract for the access control portion of this previously. And you may recall, so what we're doing in Annex 2, Municipal Court, is we are controlling second and third floor. So you would have to have a badge to go to either of those floors. For this building, we are controlling floors ground 1 and 4. And then for Annex 3, we are controlling the second floor only.
Okay,
Other questions?
and that money is coming from where? Tim?
That is the facility maintenance security enhancement budget.
Okay, motion.
Motion and a second, right?
Yeah.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 10 is
Hey,
approved.
Tim, before you sit down,
Yes, sir.
what is the forecast on that? I made a joke about that iron fence, but literally it took it out.
Yes, sir.
What's the
I believe-
forecast?
Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys have already been talking to Tusco on that? Do we know a lead time on, are you asking for a forecast on when or
Yeah,
how much?
when will it be fixed?
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Item 11 is approval of a minor public works contract with George Campbell, DBA Radco Electronics for preventative maintenance of emergency lighting inverters. The total is not to exceed $5,500. Scott,
Good afternoon.
welcome.
Okay, so this will be funded through outside services general fund. This is emergency lighting inverters. We have 8 locations throughout the city. They basically go through and check connection, amperage, and voltage.
Okay. I'm good. Motion.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 11 is approved. Item number 12 is approval to enter into a professional services agreement with Hearst Media to administer streaming ads for police recruitment. The total is $9,995. Sarah, welcome.
Good afternoon, how are y'all?
Good.
Yes, sir, so this is a contract with Hearst Media to administer streaming service ads, so Hulu, Netflix, et cetera, for our TPD recruitment campaign.
Good.
So
when you say Netflix, I mean, everywhere?
Yes, yeah, so obviously some streaming services have paid versions that don't have ads and unpaid versions that do have ads, so depending on the service, but yes.
I've been noticing the ads. They look really good.
Thank you.
The one that I noticed yesterday was talking about sign-on bonuses for $5,000, which was good. And there was another one. So it seems like they're saturating the market. That's good.
Yes,
A good
yeah.
thing. Locally, I've seen them on billboards. Are good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Questions?
Motion.
I want, you have it? Is it a specific commercial that we're streaming?
Yes, it's the one that's on the screens in City Hall currently.
And what's the kind of defined goal out of this particular piece?
The goal is just to get the awareness that TPD is looking for officers out into the market more.
How do you know it worked?
Ombre, you want to help me with that one? So Ombre on my team is in
Hey,
charge of marketing.
Come on up. And don't worry, I'm not picking on you. I always want to know how do you know it works if it involves the streaming online stuff?
Well,
How do you know you're winning?
So how do we know? I'm sorry.
How do you know you're winning?
We know we're winning by the data. So we'll run the ads and then focus on the numbers that are returned by it, and then go from there.
The
Also,
numbers that do what?
views.
That view.
Mm-hmm. So that
Can you
is,
measure if they act?
you can measure if they watch it and for how long they watch it, if they skip something, or if they watch it all the way through.
Councilman Buzzer, we can also, what we'll do, we start a new campaign ad we've seen in the past, we'll see our number of applicants go up with that, so we know that has an exact effect on that.
Okay, so
once that
somebody's
runs, I'll get you
shorting
the data on the
applicants,
backside. Yes, sir.
and
You'll start to
somebody's
see a graph.
shorting expenditures on streaming
Yes.
And correlating those, Chuck?
Yes, and together we measure campaign effectiveness by that.
Okay.
Yes.
Let us, brief us if you would.
We
I
can
don't know whether the correct is strategic communications or TPD, but let us know
Yeah.
how that does.
I would think if you get applicants from out of town, you ask them why in the world they want to come here.
We do, we get a feedback on our applications when they come in
Yeah.
during our interview process, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good,
Motion.
good job.
Thank you.
Got a motion?
Oh, actually,
I've
you
got
made a
motion.
second.
But
Yeah, we got a second. Do we need to discuss that
I-
anymore?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 12, I'm sorry, is approved. Is there any other business to be brought before our committee today? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second. Our next Public Projects Committee meeting will be next Tuesday, September 16th. Got a motion, second. All in favor for